So I was just thinking today, and I have this drill motor, and I also have a oh my gosh, and I also have a skateboard. The drill motor works. The wires popped off of where they're supposed to be connected. I did that on purpose, but I was thinking, motor and skateboard? Motorized skateboard? So today I'm going to be making an electric skateboard. I've never done any of this before. I have no knowledge of electronics, but I don't know, I'm going to try it out. Now, this motor is pretty powerful because it came from a drill, but it has a lot of RPMs and very little torque because it was geared up for the drill. So I'm going to have to gear that up. I'm probably going to print those out with JLC 3DP, the sponsor of today. Just kidding. I have like 100 subscribers. I'm not getting any sponsors. But if you've noticed, I really don't know what I want to do, if you can tell by my YouTube shorts. But I've decided that I want to be a maker, so I can go out to all those maker cons and stuff. This is the battery I'm going to be using. All I have is these wire cutter thingies, electrical tape, motor, battery, and these wires that I took from my broken hoverboard charger. Well, the hoverboard's broken. The charger was fine, but yeah. I have no idea how to do any of this. Let's get it started. Something I'm immediately noticing is that the wires inside of these are gray, and the wires inside of these are copper colored. So let's just hope and pray that that's not a problem. I don't think this is gonna work, bro. The inside of this wire is so much thicker than the inside of this one, bro. I think this wire definitely isn't rated for the amount of amperage that this motor is gonna take. Well, when it blows up, I'll get new wires. I got the wires connected, but I used two different ways to do it, and I think the second way I did was a lot better, this way. But I don't want to cut down this wire anymore, or else I wouldn't know which one is red and which one is black. So, well, now the hard part is going to be connecting it to those two and knowing which one is which I don't. I forgot. Oh man, I'm stupid. These wires definitely aren't gonna work, bro. Well, let's just see how it goes. I have everything hooked up. I'm pretty sure I did that right. I ChatGPT'd some stuff. Well, the only thing we can do now is hope and pray that it works. Okay, it's hooked up to the power source. Please don't blow up. Oh my gosh. First freaking try. Holy, what? First try. It works. It freaking works, dude. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have the the battery component underneath the board, and then a belt or something connected not to this but to the geared down version, not geared up. More torque, less RPM, and I'm gonna have that here, and then I'm gonna remove the truck, make a new one, and then it's gonna spin both the tires at the same time, and we should have our electric skateboard. I'm just now realizing that I put the wires on the wrong side. The motor's supposed to be near the battery, and then the freaking trigger's supposed to be up by my hand, and now the motor's just far away from everything.
Oh. Is that what you wanted?
No, I wanted... So I'm gonna have to redo the wiring a little bit. Shouldn't be too hard now that I've done it once. So putting it onto this part was the hardest part. So I don't think I'm gonna redo that. I'm just gonna cut it here and then up here. Oh, and then I'm gonna connect those two and then just use the excess wire that I get to lengthen out the trigger, because I still have a lot of wire. The trigger just needs to be able to reach my hand. Perfect. All right, just a quick test to see that everything still works. All right, yeah, that's good. Okay, well, everything's hooked up as best as I could do it. Let's do a test real quick to see if it still works. Alrighty, everything's hooked up. Whew. Third moment of truth today. Ooh! It still works. I'm actually so surprised. Wait, that's crazy. Okay, alright. We're like halfway there. We were not halfway there. Like, not even close, actually. Let's just hope that those tiny wires don't become a problem later. Now, I'm going to be using planetary gearboxes to gear up this system. If you don't know what a planetary gearbox is, let me show you. I have a 3D printed planetary gearbox duct taped to this power drill here, and we're going to see how fast that thing can go. So, this is how fast the drill is moving. Not very fast, right? But if I hold this, the tip is moving a lot faster. It actually moves so fast that it melted the gears once, but if you take a look inside, a planetary gearbox is just a gear surrounded by other gears inside of an inverted gear. Now these gears are like tire tracks because they don't want the gears slipping out, right? But if you look at the middle gear, it spins faster than all the other gears do. 4 times faster, actually, I believe. Maybe it's 2 times. I'm not sure, I'll do the math on that later, but now you can infinitely stack these, assuming that friction doesn't exist like most high school teachers do. So if you attach this motor, which moves a lot faster than the ones inside, to move the outside motors of this, then it'll get even faster. The inside motor of this is moving the outside motor of this, like I already said, which means that the inside motor will be moving a lot faster than the outside. I just realized that I said motor instead of gear the whole time, but I'm not re-recording this, so that's how planetary gearboxes work. I'm going to be making a metal version that'll gear up my electric skateboard over there, gear down, and I'm going to be using that printed by JLC 3DP. Now, the demo I showed you showed the drill head going faster, but if you just flip it over and spin this one, then it'll move a lot slower, but it'll have a lot more torque to it. So that's what I'm going to be doing for my electric skateboard, since that freaking thing moves so fast, and I don't want to be either exploding my motor or moving 10 billion times the speed of light down the street. So, gearing it down. Next thing I need to do on my quest to make my own electric skateboard is 3D print some prototypes of the planetary gearbox we're going to use to gear it down. So I got to get to 3D modeling, which is another thing I've never done. Doing a lot of firsts in this video. It's probably gonna, I'll probably see you tomorrow or the next day or never. So I was wrong about the planetary gearbox, and I just wanted to clear that up. This middle gear, compared to how much I turn this, for 4 gears in total, it rotates 4 times per 1 rotation of this back knob. So that's a 4-to-1 gear ratio with 4 gears in a really compact spot. I don't know how many that is, but if it is like normal, then it would be 5 times, but I'm not sure. So it could either be a 5-to-1 or more or less. I think maybe less, but probably a 5-to-1, 5-to-1, 4-to-1. Slap it on top of each other, and it goes real fast. Perfection. Time to dust off the old 3D printer, and let's get printing. Is it even plugged in? I really need to clean my room, but there we go. Up and running. So I just realized that now the motor is next to the trigger. So I can't like have the motor and this next to each other. So I can't just cut this again because I still need this length. So I found some more wire I can use, and I'm just gonna extend both sides and then like twist it together and make a nice little cord going down. This wire is even smaller than the other one. So there's no way I'm gonna use but I might use just both of them like next to each other. And then I'll have to find more wire, which I probably have. I have a whole drawer, I'll show you. That's printing, which is nice. Almost done, actually. But here's my drawer full of wires that I can probably use, which is nice. This is just a little test gear I had printing. Well, let's see if it's compatible with that gear. Here. It's hard to do this with one hand. Oh, frick. Oh. Maybe. It might be. It wasn't, like, at all. And I did a bunch more iterations, and none of them were. You'll see how I fix that later, but, yeah. I found the wire, though. This one's about the same thickness as the other wire I used. Maybe just the smallest bit thinner. So I might have to use both of those, and then maybe like both of these together, but I don't know, I'll make it work. As you can tell by the lighting, it's gotten a lot later. I got everything braided up, I ate dinner, it's hooked up, so moment of truth, let's see if all this janky wiring I've been doing still works. Get off. Alright. Oh yeah, it does. Works like a charm. I also got a test gear that works pretty good. I'm going to turn on flash real quick. I also got a test gear that actually meshes with the thing pretty good. I think I'm going to make it just the tiniest bit bigger, and then we'll have almost everything we need. We'll have the 3D models, and then we can send those to JLC 3DP to print in 3D metal, and then we'll all be good. You know, I really did think that those gears were good enough. They definitely weren't. The teeth length was weird. They meshed all right, but when I tried to make a planetary gearbox out of it, it didn't work at all. So I ended up doing something different. Got everything cleaned up a bit. I would have used zip ties, but I lost my collection of zip ties. That sounds weird. Why do I have a collection of zip ties? Anyways, I lost them. So next thing I need is a way to mount this onto there, and to make this drive both of these wheels at the same time. I'm thinking get rid of this truck, make a new one, JLC 3DP, put the bearings in the middle, and then like here, have a gear here that gets driven by the gear down one of these, and then have a pole that fits into the tire holes that drives the tires, and then the gear, and then the bearings are over here, which makes it still be able to run smooth and glide while having this drive both of them. That's my idea. I'm not actually sure if I'll be able to do that, and I'm getting kind of tired. It's not too late, but I've been working on this all day, so I'll have to do all that tomorrow. So it's the next day, and my goals for today are to try to get this planetary gearbox actually 3D modeled and working, and just figure out some other stuff, 3D model some more stuff. So what I 3D modeled is this little thing. It should fit onto the top of the motor. So let's just check if that works. So this was my first try at modeling something that fits onto the top of it. Yo, what? That actually fits. Yo, what? First try again, holy. I guess I'm just the best. I'm gonna be the very best that no one ever was. A little like mid-project crisis. I was like, what if the planetary gearbox gears it down too much and it's too slow? Or what if it doesn't gear down enough and it's just doesn't have enough torque? So I went to DI, best place ever invented, in hopes of finding another motor in like a power drill, or, you know, probably a power drill because I only have a power drill battery. I bought another drill, and I bought some more wire, so I should be able to get that all good, right? And from DI, perfect. $9 for all this. Let's just hope the motor works. Hey, look at this bad boy I got from DI. All right, so hopefully the motor inside that works, but I also got like a bunch more cable. for my cable collection, obviously. What else? A lot more. And they look like they're a lot thicker and better quality, so I think I definitely have enough for whatever builds I'm gonna do. Let's get to taking this thing apart. It's funny, I started just taking it apart with a bit, like without even a screwdriver or anything. But then I realized that I do have a drill, but taking apart a drill using a drill just feels wrong. Alright, moment of truth. I have it hooked up like the other one. Hey, 2 working motors over here. Frick yeah. Yo, now I can study how they geared it down. Oh, why does it stink like that? It smells like chemicals I should not be inhaling to know. I might just take this, honestly. Slap that on the thing to gear it down. My newest problem is, do I 3D model this or do I just take it out? I actually ended up doing both for some reason. I literally have no idea why I chose to do that. But, oh, wait, I do. Because I didn't have access to an angle grinder at that point. So now I have a metal one and a 3D printed one, which is nice. And then soon to be a 3D printed metal one. Yeah, I'm just gonna break it with a hammer or something. But what type of plastic is this, dude? Got the plastic off, but like now what though? Yeah, perfect tools for the job. They were not the perfect tools for the job at all. So I was able to go outside and gently take it apart, and this is what I have now. I tried not to break anything. Just took my time, you know, very gentle with the whole thing. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is eat, Ben. It was at this moment I realized that I hadn't eaten all day. At all. That clock is wrong. It's literally like 3:32, and I haven't eaten. Well, crap. I'm so freaking hungry, bro. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Yeah, that'll work. So this whole thing works pretty good, but the thing that we need to hold still is spinning inside, which makes sense because I didn't make it not be able to spin. So I think the game plan is, instead of putting, so we put this on first and then we slide this over top, screw it on, and then we have little notches that keep it from spinning, which means that this is definitely going to need to be metal in the final product. Give me that. Give me that. There we go. Nope. This one better work. There we go. The freaking things are just very slightly too big, bro. Well, 4th time's the charm. Come on. That's some good adhesion right there. Woo, it fits. I don't know how to get it out now, though. I've done so much freaking modeling today. So it's like end of day 2 right now. But what I've gotten done is I have this thing that stops the outside part of the planetary gearbox from rotating, which means all the torque goes into this part. And then I have, I've modeled this to fit perfectly in there. And so now I have like interchangeable parts. I can change that out for whatever I want until I can get it right for, you know, my skateboard. Holy crap, it took a long time. Editor Ben here. It's like 12 a.m. right now. I have school tomorrow. So I guess I have to see you guys in part 2. Hey, you didn't know it was happening. Neither did I until just barely. This is already a 20-minute long video. So if you're coming here from the YouTube short I post, hey, good job making it all the way through. Unless you skipped like a loser. But yeah, see you guys in part 2 of my build electric skateboard video.